So can I ask you, what religion are you following?
Good question. We practice the religion of the soul. In the scriptures, it's described as the Jaiva Dharma, or the natural function, the natural purpose of the soul to act according to our true nature. That is what we practice. People all over the world are interested in participating in spiritual culture or spirituality. Spirituality means that which is related to the spirit, that which is of the spirit. And we can say in context, the spirit means the soul, who we are, to act as we truly are, to realize our natural true potential. That is spirituality, that is the best possible course of any person. And in Bhagavad Gita, the teachings of Lord Sri Krishna, he concludes all of his teachings and the gradual progression of his enlightening discourse to Arjuna by saying, Sarva dharman parityaja, mamekam sharanam braja, aham tvam sarva papebhyo, moksha yashyami ma sucha. He says, abandon all forms of religion and surrender to me. And many people, they hear a statement like this, they think, what does that mean? What does he mean by that? And he means that don't identify with anything of this illusory world. Don't identify with your body, with your mind, with your cultural identity, with the society you live in, with the social role that you play, with your economic standing, with your race, with your gender. Don't identify with any of these things. Don't consider the duties or expectations produced by those to be in your best interest or what is best for you to invest your time and energy in. Rather, wholly abandon all illusory things, all things of this world, and directly embrace your relationship with the Lord. Directly come as a soul and surrender to the Lord and have a loving relationship with your Lord. That is the natural function of every soul. That is the greatest potential of all souls. And all religions, to a greater or lesser extent, with greater degree of detail and clarity, are advocating this idea. Maybe a little different idea of who is the Lord, little different idea of who is the soul, but really, they're saying, leave these ordinary things and come to this this pre-existing relationship between the soul and the Lord. And Sriman Mahaprabhu, he had a very famous statement. There's every year in India a great festival called the Rath Yatra, where millions of people gather in the street and dance and sing and have a procession of chariots. And there in the middle of this procession of millions of people, Mahaprabhu would dance in ecstasy, chanting the names of the Lord, surrounded by associates, and they would, beautiful rhythm and beats and call and response and all these things. And in the middle of this ecstatic, tremendous festival, one year, the Lord became overwhelmed with spiritual joy. And before Lord Jagannath, the deity on the chariot, he expressed his heartfelt joy. He said, Kintu prodyan nikila paramananda purnamritabdir gopi partu parakamalayor dasa dasanudasa. Sriman Mahaprabhu expressed this conception of self with the greatest joy. He said, I am not a laborer, I am not an educator, I am not an administrator, I am not a beggar, I am not a student, I am not a teacher, I am not a renunciate, I am not a householder, I'm not a retiree. I don't identify with any role within this world. But kintu prodyan nikila paramananda purnamritabder. But I consider myself to be the servant of the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, who's akin to an ever-expanding, over-flooded ocean of ecstasy. I am the servant of that infinitely beautiful, infinitely attractive Lord. And to have that connection, that loving relationship in my life, that is the supreme fulfillment of my life, and that I consider my wholesale identity. So for any soul to identify with this natural relationship between the soul and the Lord, that is their natural religion. And in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna gives assurance. He says, Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayashyami ma shucha. And any difficulty that you come across in the course of abandoning everything else to wholly dedicate yourself to me, to wholly dedicating yourself to the Lord, any difficulty that comes across, I'll fix that. I'll arrange for that. I'll make sure everything is harmonized. You have nothing to fear, no reason to hesitate. All you need to do is dive into this ocean of nectar and I will arrange everything for you.